Hello folks, welcome to Canal John Jose. Today we're going to be showing you how we're going to diagnose this engine on our Ford Bronco and if we can keep on putting money into it or we need to take it out and put a new one or rebuild this engine. So before we start putting more money into it, more pieces to it, try to make it better, which is probably not, we're going to do a diagnose that is going to tell us straight out the bat if we need to pull this engine out or is worth it putting more money into it. And with that, let's go do this diagnosis. So today's modern cars, they can be diagnosed with computers and with different tools, and they're more sophisticated to find out what's happening to that engine, what's causing a problem for that engine not to drive normal. So, but in the older cars like this one, which is carburetor, these are more simple engines. So these can be diagnosed quicker and you can find out what's the problem with less tools and by using just simple basic tools. So we have rebuilt the carburetor, we clean the spark plugs, we gap them, and we have spark, we have fuel. So now we're gonna be doing the diagnosis of a compression test to see if this engine is worth keeping or it needs bigger repairs that it cannot be repaired when it's in there. So we gotta take it out or replace it. So the compression test is very important because this is the mechanical system that is creating that compression. So it's compressing all that chamber, so when the fuel, the air, and spark happen, it makes the explosion, what pushes this piston down. So and then it comes back up, and it's a repetition. So we're gonna be doing a compression test and see if anything inside there can cause low compression. So for example, on these trucks is supposed to be above 160 compression, somewhere around there. So don't quote me on that, but we're going to be doing a test to see if those mechanicals, valves, head gasket, piston rings, everything sealing correctly, so if we can have a high reading or we get a low reading. So that's going to determine if this engine is going to come out or is going to stay in there. So for a compression test, what we have done is we have taken one of the spark plugs out, which looks pretty dirty. And what we'll be doing, we use one of the special sockets to take that spark plug out. And what we're going to be doing is we get these tools that come with these adapters, and it has a threaded end that goes into where the spark plug was threaded into the head or the engine, and the other end goes into the gauge, which is this tool right here. So we already have it threaded one end into the engine. We connected our gauge to it. There's a pneumatic air fitting, and then this gauge over here is going to be reading how far up the compression is built on the piston or in the cylinder, and it's going to record and it's going to hold the highest pressure. And then we have a little button here that is going to release the pressure once we are done. So we're going to rotate the engine and have this reading be read by this gauge. But to perform this test, what we have done, we have connected into the one spark plug opening or hole. But what we have done is we have eliminated the fuel going into the carburetor. So we put the bottle so the fuel pump does not push any more fuel in there. And then that fuel goes into the block or the engine. We don't want more fuel injecting. So the purpose of this is that we don't want the engine to start. We just want the engine to rotate and create the pressure or the compression to be read by this. So another thing we have done is we have disconnected the coil from the coil going into the distributor. So in this case, what we're doing is we're eliminating the engine from starting, and we just want to rotate it. So now let's rotate the engine and have the compression reading and see if the mechanical equipment in there is doing its job or is damaged. Let's see if that gives us that reading. So let's see how much compression is building up. It is building up about 110, which is pretty low. So at this point, the engine is coming out for us. But we're gonna do a second test on the other piston or the next cylinder to see how strong that is. But at this point, we're just doing an extra step. At this point, the engine's coming out. So we have hooked up to the second cylinder, and now what we're gonna be doing, this is just to get another reading. But at this point, we are taking this engine out. So let's crank it and see what the reading is on that cylinder. So let's look at the compression on this, and it's reading even lower than the previous cylinder. So this engine runs, but it's no power to it, so it's coming out. So we wanted to expose how to save money by doing a simple diagnosis of investing a lot of money into the engine and then finding out that it wasn't even worth it because it has low compression. So before we move on to other components, upgrading carburetor, putting a bigger fuel pump, putting this, putting that, and then finding out that then we do the diagnosis on the compression and it wasn't even high compression. So then we put this compression test right out the bat, and then we found out that we're not going to go that route of putting more money into this engine. We just wanted to drive while we get the new engine so we can put it on the spot, take this guy out, put the new engine in, save this one and rebuild it so we have another engine ready on the stand for the next truck, or this truck. Compression test diagnosis are very important because that's going to tell you how good or how healthy your engine is internally on the mechanical side, because you can have spark fuel, but if you don't know what's going on in there, you can be dumping a lot of money and it's not going to get any better. So with that said, folks, for friends who are watching a video, haven't subscribed to your channel, please subscribe. If you like a video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here in el canal El Chano Jose.